through a moment in your life where change is hit, or it's really hard, or you're super tired, even though it's just a moment, this is what it actually feels like. You think that you're going to be stuck forever. You think that you're going to be exhausted forever. You think that you're going to be alone forever. And maybe you feel like this right now. But you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful. Because while you can feel this way and that's normal, you got to be careful, because the more that you say, it's always going to be like this, there's nothing that I can do, this is absolutely horrible, the more you will stay stuck, because you're going to feel discouraged. See, this is what discouragement looks like. This is what it feels like when you think there is no hope. This is why a lot of people never find the motivation to change. It's not because they can't, it's because they believe it's not going to matter anyway, because it's always going to feel this way. And it's important to understand that, because your life doesn't turn out like this. You're in a scene in a movie, but this is not how it ends. Let me show you what your future actually looks like. It's wide open. It is wide open for you to create what you want. And this story I just told you, that was me that week. Pushing myself out of bed, feeling really stuck, but I had this entire rest of my life to fill up however I choose. What you do today is who you become tomorrow. For all of you that are parents that are feeling like you're in the empty nest phase of your life, it's not over, it's just beginning. For those of you that are in your 20s and you're trying to figure out, oh my God, I graduated from college, now what do I do? I don't know what to do with my life. You can do anything you want. Absolutely anything you want. Let me show you where I am today. This is another important thing about time. That's me, right here with you at the Beacon Theater. But notice how much time passed. I mean, everybody wants to have it happen overnight. Success will come to you, but it'll come over time. And let me ask you guys something. Can you point out the week when it's too late to go back to school? When is that expiration date? That's right. Where's the week where you can no longer meet a new friend? Right. Make more money, take better care of yourself, have more fun. Never. You get to choose how the story ends. You get to choose how to actually fill the time. And look, I get it. Everybody needs your time. You feel like you don't have a lot of time. I used to feel that way too. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But are you aware of how much time you flush down the toilet? Friend drama, stress at work, doom scrolling, worrying about the future, obsessing about the past, all the regrets, the texts that you sent, Have you ever sent one of those emails? You know the emails where you get so mad at work, and then you're like, single space, they're always single space, right? It takes you 90 minutes to write the thing. And then when you're finally done, and you hit reply all, and you sign it best. And no one replies, they all eye roll, and nobody says, a complete waste of time. It's not that you don't have the time that you need. I think the issue is we don't value it. And more importantly, you don't protect it. And you live in this world where the algorithms and the headlines and social media and everything is coming for your time. And do you want to know the single biggest waste of your time? Do you know what it is? Yeah, I heard a lot of you saying the phone. That's a close second. Oh, it's other people. How annoying they are. Oh my God, their drama, their opinions, their moods, their expectations, their texts, their emails, the slow walkers, the close talkers. Oh my God, what a waste of time. And that brings me to the reason why you and I are here tonight. To the power of these two words, let them, hit me personally in a moment where I was in a complete freak out spiral. I never thought in a million years that something that I would hear at a high school prom would change my life. Seriously, like a lot of moms, can we just think back to what moms are like on prom day? Come on, even if you're with her, She's very annoying. I know. Very annoying, very opinionated. That was me. Tux has got to be a certain way. We got to do a boutonniere a certain way. I got to have a certain type of corsage for her. It's not even my prom, for crying out loud. We get to the photo thing. It's like, stand up straight. Don't do that stupid thing on your thing. This might be our Christmas card, for crying out loud. Come on, everybody, get in here. Finally, our daughter Kendall, who was home from Los Angeles, she had it. She had that look in her eyes like, I'm gonna kill you if you keep your mouth going, Mom. And she reaches out and she had these like almond nails, you know, the kind that are like daggers, and she grabs my bicep, and I think it was the pinching sensation, digging into it that like snapped me out of my psychotic controlling state. And she's like, Mom, you're being so annoying. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. Sorry, okay, it's Oakley, sorry about that. I shouldn't have the phone out here. Okay, so she's being like, Mom, you're being, oh my God. We have this thing in our family, if you FaceTime twice, it's like an emergency. Do you mind if I pick this up? Is that okay? All right. Can we put this up on the screen? Hey, Oak, is everything okay? What's going on?
Everything's great, Mom. How are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm in New York. I'm on the Let Them tour. Why are you calling? Dude, what's up? Spit it out.
Yeah, you know, that's actually why I called. Do you mind if I get Kendall in here? Cool. Okay.
Yes, I do mind. No. You're live.
Okay.
Dude.
Yep. Okay. There she is. Okay. There she is.
So, what's going on, man?
Kendall, hey! You know, I had to get you in this FaceTime call because Mom's on the Let Them tour right now.
Oh my God, no
and
way.
as you probably remember, we were actually at my prom when this whole thing started to kind of take off. So I thought I'd get you in here. You know.
We
Guys,
were there.
guys,
We
guys,
were there.
I have a show to do. You're up on the screen. Could you say goodbye to the audience, please, so I can get on with the show? I love seeing both of you. Okay? Can we
Okay, we'll let you go, Mom.
wrap it up?
Follow me on Instagram, guys.
Love you, guys.
I love you, Mom. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.
There's someone in everyone's family that always calls at the wrong time, right? What do we say? You know, I also get a lot of questions about why do you think this has spread around the world so fast? And the reason is because it's so simple. And because there's so many of you that got dragged here, and you may not know what the Let Them theory is, let me bring you into the loop. First of all, they've been saying it and using it on you because you're really annoying. So when you freaking go, let him, let them, let her, that's the theory. See, it's a theory that shows you in an instant what's in your control and what's not.
Yes.
Why are you nervous tonight?
I just had to put on a diaper.
That's why she's wearing a long reason, because she's wearing a diaper. Sawyer also lives here in New York City, everybody. You know, I just have to acknowledge you. You know, we brought out a whiteboard because she literally had me chained to it for a year. I get all the accolades and the acknowledgement, but dude, there would be no book without you.
Yeah, dude.
Every book has a spine, and Sawyer Robbins is the glue that held this book together. Truly. This thing would still be on my laptop as a draft, and I'd be bitching about how I have no time to get it done. And so, you know, the truth is, though, writing a book was never your dream.
Not with you.
Ever. You know, but you actually had a very different kind of vision for your life. And you know, when you think about this, this is the year I sort of knew the answer to the question. In fact, let me bring up that life graph, because there's a lot of 20-somethings in the audience. This is where Sawyer was when we started writing the book. You're 23 years old, and I have to say, compared to me, oh my God, at 23 I was in law school, drinking my way through every day. I was barely passing. This does not say a lot for my skills in school. And I had a couple boyfriends who did not know about each other. Like, I was really winning. You, on the other hand, had graduated from college. You were working for this big cybersecurity firm. Like a lot of parents, I have no idea what that means. And you had this vision for what you wanted to do next in your life. Can you tell everybody what you wanted to do?
So when I was 11, I went to Cambodia with my grandmother. I lived there for 3 months. And so I had always had this dream to go back to Asia and travel around, but maybe some of you wrote down travel today in your notebook, but like me, I did not have the money, didn't know how I was going to go do this, and I was truly absolutely petrified.
Now, by the way, this is a mother's worst nightmare. Wait, you want to go to Asia halfway around the world alone and get kidnapped? What? And this is an important thing, though, to highlight, because your dreams aren't supposed to make sense to anybody else. Your dreams are not for them. Your dreams are for you. And so when people question what you want to quit your job, you want to start a business, you want to move, why? You want to put yourself back out there after you were with that loser for 10 years, why? So expect people to question, because they're not going to understand why you want to do this thing. And I think a lot of us need to stop asking people for permission to do the things that we want to do, particularly from the people who don't freaking understand why we want to do it, right? And so I kind of feel like I need to apologize to you, because I was a worried mom and I did think you were absolutely crazy. But here's the thing. You knew what you wanted to do. I mean, half of us can't even figure it out. In fact, guys, let me just brag a little bit. She had worked all through college. She had saved up all this money. She had been stalking people online that somehow travel the world to make money. She had the itinerary planned, and yet you literally stopped yourself from doing this. Like anybody that would look at this, right? When you're 23 years old, you'd be like, why are you not going? Why, for crying out loud, Sawyer, before you have children and a house